Good morning, everyone. This is Sasha Sabbath of EntrepreneurSoulCoach.com and EntrepreneurSoulCoach.com/membership.html, and that M in membership is a capital M. Good morning. What I have here for you is day 2 of my 8-day birthday celebration tip series. I am so excited about the fact that this is a significant week for me, and it is at the beginning of a brand new year. And I wanted to give you the kinds of tools, the kinds of impetus, the kind of motivation, and the kind of hope, laser vision of how you can use your spiritual power to create more revenue, more clients, more signature offers that carry your soul essence for those of you who own businesses or are top leadership positions in companies, as well as a tip series that's going to nurture those of you who maybe not from a career and income standpoint have very compelling missions, have very compelling desires to impact with your ideas, your values, your heart, your passions, that have you know your worth and your value. The purpose of this series is each day I'm giving you another nugget, another angle, another sliver of what it is to be soul aligned, meaning you have a direct connection that you can harness at will, which is the higher realms of your soul influence coming through your human mind, your behaviors, your emotions, and ultimately your actions. That's what this series is for. Now, what I want to say to you is that this week I have special birthday pricing on my healing and mentoring packages. I'm starting a group program next week. And what I'm doing is I'm inviting those of you who are being touched by this content of this tip series to schedule an appointment for us to talk in what I call a soul-aligned complementary activation session, because there is a range of ways that I might be able to support you, and it's not one size fits all, you know that. It's a matter of really going into what it is that you want, what's standing in your way, and what will be the best inspired action plan that is in rhythm with your soul, what's going on in your life, and what it is that really is calling you to do here at the very beginning of a brand new year. I'll talk a little more about that later. Let's get on to the tip series. For those of you who don't know me, I've been in business for over 30 years as an entrepreneur soul coach. And I am a psychic intuitive visionary. I am a long distance healer. I work with spirit teams and angelic kingdoms on the other side. And I teach my clients and students and members of my membership how to connect to these soul groups as well as to your own, so that you are bringing high vibrational healing and guidance to whatever it is you want to bring forth in the physical plane. It's what I call bringing heaven to earth. Now, in this process, I'm also a soul purpose expert and a mission guide, which means that all that marvelous spiritual energy, all that intuition, all that healing mojo that you're able to access needs to be aimed somewhere. For those of you who have businesses, the work that I do with my beloved tribe is to aim that high frequency divinity into your business. And for those who are not necessarily interested in that, it is to bring this high frequency divinity into your homes, your relationships, your self-care, and your community projects. So the point is to create a seamless, unflappable, direct connection to your higher guidance for creative expression. The other aspect of this tip series is there's a theme to it. For all 8 days, I am working with the theme of when you are ready to tell yourself the truth. When you are ready to tell yourself the truth. Yesterday was day 1, and our focus was to do a prompt throughout the day where you would be asking yourself that question whenever it popped into your mind. When am I ready to tell myself the truth? What is it that I really should be looking at to tell myself the truth about? What area of my life am I afraid to look at to tell myself the truth about? What is it that I must do to tell myself the truth so that I can have what I want and be the person that I want to be? That was yesterday's theme and exercise. Today, we're focusing on motivation, still under the umbrella of when I am ready to tell myself the truth. Motivation needs to be locked in to your passions, your values, your sense of purpose, and your sense of mission in a way that is absolutely congruent, because you know that if there's something off and you're not really connecting deeply enough to your why, is what we call it in my coaching and healing industry, the why. Why am I doing what I'm doing? What is it about what I'm doing? Excuse me, I got to adjust this light. I'm sorry. What is it about the area of motivation that is still not flowing properly, where I'm not showing up as the person I want to be, where I'm not taking on the challenge of what it takes to manifest something in particular in the physical realm? What is it? Motivation is about you answering those questions, and going for the deeper truth is where it begins. So let's have you take a look at something in your life that you say you are motivated to do. Just think of something. Got it? Okay. Now let's take a look at a time when you realized that you were able to motivate yourself. I'd like you to think back of when you did have a time when you were highly motivated. It could be personal, it could be professional. And now analyze, what were the conditions? What was the motivating force that had you follow through on that motivation? And motivating force will either come from what you wanted to get away from, like pain or consequence that you didn't want to have to deal with. And another motivating force is vision, the possibility, the compelling joy that is calling you forward to create a certain motivation. So take a moment and think about that. What motivated you? All right, you can come back to that, obviously. Now we're going to move to the contrast, which is, when has there been a time where you said you really did want to do something, but you didn't? What happened that blocked your motivating yourself to follow through? What was it? Okay, now here is today's focus and today's theme. Under the umbrella of when am I ready to tell myself the truth? When am I ready to know the deepest truth of a situation in my life? That's our container. From there, I would like you to go through the day today and look at the things that you say you want to do, personal and or professional. It could be something as simple as getting the car washed, or it could be something as simple as what it is that you really feel you should be doing, but in fact, you're not doing, and you want to know the deeper truth of yourself, of why am I not doing it? Look at those as well. Look at those where you are being motivated and you are following through. This is an exercise in you developing a sweet, intimate, non-judgmental, loving connection with yourself. Thinking of what it is that you really want to count on yourself, rely on yourself, trust yourself to be able to do in your life. That's the muscle that we're building here. So the prompt is focus on your purpose, focus on your mission, focus on your values, focus on your passions. Those are the 4 pillars that drive motivation. And then start observing yourself today from a non-judgmental place where you are only curiously interested in, geez, what makes me tick, right? What is it that has you know what you can count on yourself to do and what you think you're not quite sure you can count on yourself to do, and also what you think might be a too big of a chunk, but you really do want to do it. Just start observing and cradling yourself in compassion, self-respect, patience, and let's have today be about you getting closer to the truth of you. And so for those of you who are just coming on, I'll wrap up by saying that this tip series is part of my 8-day birthday celebration tip series. Today's tip number 2, day 2. Today is motivation. Yesterday was when am I ready to tell myself the truth as our start tip. And why I'm doing this tip series is to stir inside of you at the top of a brand new year, a very, what shall I call it? What's a good word? A very dynamic new year, given the 2018 that we just left. And so I want to give you a toolkit boost. I want to give you some new tools. I want to help you wash off the rust on some old tools. I want to help you dust off the dust particles on tools that you might have forgotten that you have, that are the spiritual power tools that live within inside of you by the mere fact that you are human in this lifetime. I want to help you nurture those. So I'm inviting people to have a conversation with me. I call it a soul-aligned activation complementary session. And what we're going to do in that session is to take a quick overlook at what's going on in your life. What is it that you want to have move better in your life? What is it that you put out all this effort, but you're just not getting enough progress, enough momentum, enough velocity? Why? We're going to take a look at what is it that might be confusing to you? What's eluding you? What is it that you want to do, but you're afraid to do, but you really in your heart of hearts hunger to do? We're going to take a look at the reality that you want to create in 2019. And then, because of my psychic intuitive skills and my healership skills and my soul purpose frame through which I see all of life, I must add, we're going to take a look at what would be the best next step for you, which might include us working together and maybe not. You know, if it's not a fit, it's not a fit. If it's not the right time, it's not the right time. But I will give you some guidance as best as my ability. This is an application-only opportunity, as you can imagine. The conversation will be somewhere around 20 or 30 minutes, maybe a little longer. And I am asking you to have the courage and the self-love to really think about what I'm saying here, so that we have a chance to meet on the phone and find out what's going to propel your precious dreams forward, because you matter. You as a light leader matter. And when I say light leader, I preen entrepreneurs, community leaders, householders who really want to bring their soul light into their life at higher and higher levels. A light leader brings courage, clarity, commitment, confidence into the darkness and brings forth the light. And that is no easy thing to do at times. And my commitment to you is to help you in any way that I can harness that light, regain the vision of what you came here to do in this lifetime, and to give you the tools to get there. So on this post, there is a link to the application, and go ahead and fill that out, and then I or one of my team members will get back to you. Also, these tips are going to be located in my private Facebook group, which is the Light Leader Power for Success and Mission Impact. It's also in this post here. It's going to be in a library in the units section of the Light Leader group. And also in that group, you have a chance to ask me questions. And once I see that you've tagged me and you're asking me questions, I will coach you. I will respond. I will give you suggestions, and most likely the suggestions will be for us to get on the phone, create some sacred space between us, and really go for it. So please take a look at that application link, see if it fits for you, if this is the right time for you in your soul journey. Go ahead and click to join the Light Leader Power Group and see if that's a fit for you. And I will see you here tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We started a little late today, but we will be starting at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time, and we will have our day 3, tip number 3 of my 8-day birthday celebration tip series. And a loving reminder, if you feel at all intrigued with the world that I bring, the world of psychic intuition, the world of healing energies, directing energy to accelerate that which you want to manifest into this physical plane reality. The aspect of looking through life, making your choices, understanding your life through the filter of soul purpose and mission. If that calls to you, then you should really contact me so that we can have a conversation, because this is the week where I have radical birthday celebration pricing that really is something to take advantage of if this is a fit for you at all. So today's mission for you, should you choose to do it, today's challenge, today's invitation, today's task is for you to observe yourself through the day in the container of, when am I ready to tell myself the truth? And we're focusing on what motivates you, what has you follow through when you're motivated, what has you hesitate when you think you're motivated, and what just outright stops you in your tracks and blocks your motivation. That is today's task. And if you go over to the Light Leader group, you can put your observations in the thread that will be part of this particular video, and we'll see how I might be able to even bring you some short tips there as well. Alrighty, that's it for today. Sending you much love. Mwah! Go forth and bring your light. You're needed. Trust me on this. You're needed. God bless.